General Committee meeting due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the physical distancing measures. General Committee is continuing to meet virtually. All members of council, executive management team, and the city clerk are participating via video conference. Senior leadership team are available to answer questions. We have one item on this evening's General Committee agenda. It's a confidential presentation concerning a confidential personal information and solicitor-client privilege matter related to a workplace investigation. Can I have a motion to move in camera to discuss the confidential personal information matter? Moved by Councillor Natalie Harris, seconded by Councillor Riepma. All those in favor, please indicate to move in camera. Are any opposed? None. That carries. Okay. I'd like to acknowledge for the minutes that General Committee discussed a presentation concerning a confidential personal information matter and solicitor-client privilege matter related to a workplace investigation. There were no votes taken during the closed portion of the meeting, with the exception of the procedural motion to extend the meeting past 11 p.m. and the procedural motion to move into open session. Deputy Mayor Ward, do you have a motion?
I do. That motion is that Aaron Bareilles and city staff be authorized to finalize the minutes of settlement as discussed at the confidential General Committee meeting of December 15, 2020, subject to reasonable modifications. That the mayor and city clerk be authorized to execute minutes of settlement and other associated documentation to give effect to the settlement.
Madam Clerk, was that first paragraph still necessary?
I'll just defer to John Mascarin or Mr. Horvath if they believe that first paragraph would be necessary for them.
Yes, given the nature of the discussions, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the motion is on the floor. I will call the question. Those in favor of the motion on the floor, please indicate. Are any opposed? None. That carries unanimously. That completes General Committee's meeting agenda. General Committee is adjourned. Please don't go anywhere, as we will move straight into City Council. Madam Clerk, are we able to move straight into it, or do you need a little bit of time?
No, Mayor Lehman, I'm okay. I would just send quick wording to Councillor Ward to read the motions, but it would just effectively be Section A and Section B of tonight's General Committee report. Section A to be received and Section B to be adopted. If that would work. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Then let's proceed.
I now call this meeting of City Council to order.
Are we going to do the anthem and the land acknowledgement?
Mayor Lehman, I do not have the anthem to play, and I will leave it up to you whether or not you say the land acknowledgement.
Well, I think we can forgo the anthem, unfortunately, given the hour and that we don't have it, but I am going to read the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that this meeting is taking place on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe people. The Anishinaabe include the Odawa, the Ojibwe, and the Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We're dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Welcome to our virtual council meeting. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, City Council is practicing physical distancing with members of Council, EMT, and the City Clerk participating via video conference. We do not have any confirmation of the minute. We have no minutes on tonight's agenda, awards and recognition, reports of officers or deputation requests, no tax application or communication matters. It brings us to the committee reports. Deputy Mayor Ward.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that Section A of the General Committee report dated December 15, 2020 be received.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Ward, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that Section A of the General Committee report dated December 15th, 2020 be received. That's to receive the presentation concerning confidential personal information and solicitor-client privilege matter related to a workplace investigation. It's to receive it. Comments or questions on Section A? Seeing none, those in favor of Section A, please indicate. Any opposed? None. That carries. Section B, please.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that Section B of the General Committee report dated December 15th, 2020 be adopted.
Thank you. It's moved by Deputy Mayor Ward, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that Section B of the General Committee report dated December 15th, 2020 be adopted. This is a confidential personal information solicitor client privilege matter related to a workplace investigation. Comments or questions? Seeing none, those in favor of Section B, please. Or any opposed? None. That carries. Deputy Mayor Ward, I believe that completes the committee reports. Madam Clerk.
Mayor Lehman, it does. So we just have the confirming bylaw.
Thank you. We'll move to the bylaws. Deputy Mayor Ward.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that leave be granted to introduce the following bill, and this bill be read a first, second, and third time this day and finally passed. Bill 122.
Thank you. It's moved by Deputy Mayor Ward, seconded by Councillor Thompson, that leave be granted to introduce the following bill, and this bill be read a first, second, and third time this day and finally passed. Bill 122. Comments or questions? Seeing none, those in favor of Bill 122? Are any opposed? None. That carries. I have a mercifully motion to adjourn. Councillor Natalie Harris, seconded by Councillor Jim Harris. We are adjourned. Thank you, members of General Committee and Council, for a very late night, for continuing our discussions. Thank you.